gonna need, I have 12 pages, I'm gonna need 12 mats. I'm gonna need 12 of them. So I'm gonna go ahead and, like I said, I have my little template here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use this to kind of create what I need. Just gonna score it real quick. And out of this 8.5 by 11, I can come out with 1, 2, at least 3. Yeah, at least 3 mats you can get out of one sheet. So that actually works out really, really well. And don't throw away your scraps. Everything is useful, one way or the other, or on this project or the next. So I'm gonna grab these 2 at a time. Maybe I can get away with 3. Um, maybe I can get away with 3. I'm gonna try to do 3 at a time. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. What is happening here? Still have some leftover little flowers here and there from embellishing um, the outside. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I think I cut one too short, so I might do another one just so that it's all the same. So I'm just gonna use this pen, this marker. It's a Le Plume black. Just gonna do that. I'm gonna hold them as tight as I can. Just gonna paint these edges. So I got that going. I'm gonna go ahead and get my pages. And I'm gonna start figuring out how I want to assemble this. So for a fact, I know that I'm gonna use all of these back sides. All of these back sides. The sides that are completely flat, not the sides that have the fold, but the sides that are completely flat. And I'm gonna go ahead and glue my pages to that side for now. So until I figure out what I'm gonna do with the front. So I'm just gonna go and start gluing these down. So this is really simple. What I'm gonna do with this is I'm actually gonna use double-sided tape, but you can use glue if you want to. And I'm just gonna add a piece to each one of these sheets. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. Kind of under the, under control so far. So now let's go ahead and start working on this. So we have our mats ready. Let's put that. So now we're gonna go ahead and distress this. I did most of my distressing on the outside with archival ink, but I think I'm gonna just try some holes it the rest of the way. What did I pull out? Vintage photo? That'll work. So I'm going to work on all of these edges. I don't need to worry about the center of the page, just the edges, the outside edges, because that's what's going to show. Okay. So I'm going to try to catch all of these edges in the center. And where the folds are, so you have a little bit of color. Easy peasy, nothing too major. You don't gotta go too crazy because most of that page is being covered up. Okay, so the center, edges, and you can do both sides because we're gonna need to do both sides. I'm only gonna do one side and then I'll do the other side off camera. And I'm not gonna do them for all of these. I'll just do them for some. Just wanted to more or less show you what I was doing. Now you could distress this after. You don't have to do this right now. You can also glue everything down and then see where the mood strikes you. Okay, so just a little bit of distressing. My ink pad is really old. Alright, you guys, I'm gonna pause this video and I'm gonna go ahead and distress everything front and back, so on and so forth, and then I'll be back when it's time to start assembling. I'm also gonna go ahead and use my template and start cutting down some of my images and my papers, my pattern papers and stuff like that. I'm going to be cutting them just a little bit smaller than what I've cut out my original photo mat template. I'm going to be cutting them out a little bit smaller so that the red edge is there, but pretty much you have most of the picture. So, you know, you guys know what I'm trying to say, right? So I'll be right back. Alright, you guys, so what I decided to do is that I did the front and back, right, of both so far of 3. I'm going to continue to do the other 3. So I was looking at the design and the layout and I was thinking about what I can do and how I can change it up a little bit. So I'm going to make 3 of the pages with the flap folded over. So this part that's folded out is actually going to be tucked in here. Okay. So I did 3 of them and I did distress in front and back all around the edges. So I did 3 of them like that. And then I have 3 more. So the 3 more that I have left, I want to switch those up a little bit. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to, right here, in this fold right here, I'm going to snip this part right here. So that I have one inward and one outward. Okay? So you see how that kind of goes? So you fold that one in. This one gets folded out. So I'm going to go ahead and distress this. And this one is probably this one's probably going to be a pocket here. And then I'll probably end up cutting this part of it off. But we'll see how it works out once I get it done. Okay. I'm going to do the top and the sides of this part of the envelope here. Okay, this one I don't need to worry about so much. And then I'm going to continue to do the back. I'm going to do that to the next 3 pages. Okay, so I have 3 more to go. I'm going to go ahead and do that same thing, which is this folded area here, the smaller flap. I'm going to cut that right to that score line. I'm going to tuck one in and put it away, and I'm going to leave one out. Okay, like this. And I'm going to go ahead and do that to this, and then continue to distress the backs of all of these. So, all right, you guys. So more or less, I cut out some of my shapes. I did some of my little, you know, scrap pieces. So I have all of these cut up. And I'm gonna go ahead and I got my mats ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead and trim some of these down. So that's what we're gonna do now. And then I've got here my other papers that I'm gonna be cutting up little bits and pieces out of them to either fill in or to add little embellishments, to add little areas for like journaling and stuff like that, or just to kind of be just purely decorative. So I'm going to put these to the side, and I'm going to work on my focal points, which are going to be these cards here. So I'm just going to more or less put these to the side, and I'm going to start trimming some of these, depending on how it fit. So more or less my scale, this is the scale of my mat. Yep. So more or less I'm just going to see like where they fit, and then I'm just going to trim off anything that I don't need. I might do some tags or some other kind of embellishments or something to add there. So I'm gonna leave that these little gaps to fill it in a little bit. So bear with me, you guys. All right. So now that we have our pages, like I said, some of these I'm gonna leave them as they are, and some of these I am not. So I'm just gonna start kind of gluing these down. And like I said, it's you know, you're folding pages, so obviously some words are going to be right side up, some words are going to be upside down. That really doesn't matter because we've created a little bit of a mat um, to kind of figure this part of it out. I'm going to fold my paper down so that all I have is the working surface of what I'm going to be using, so that I'm not confusing myself too much. And I'm going to try and position these in a way that it all kind of makes sense. And this is why I didn't want to glue everything down, because if I need to adjust something, I can do it because I have double-sided tape. That's way better. Okay. Now there's obviously a lot of sides to this book because we have the front, we have the back, we have, you know, each page is 4 sections, 4 big sections that you have to cut, and I only cut 12 for the 12 main sides. So anything that I'm missing, I'll probably fill in with other stuff, or I'll just cut myself some more of the pieces that I need, because I didn't really think this whole thing through. I just kind of was like, I need to make this, so let me just make this. Um, so I kind of like that there. So I have anything, yeah, I'll be fine, because all these things are going to be folded into each other. So there's no really no rhyme or reason for how I'm doing things right now. Okay, so we have 2. So we have our 6 with the mats. Now what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna grab so I'm still missing 12 sides. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna need more paper than this. So I'm gonna go ahead and see how I'm gonna do this, but for the most part, I think we can start at least kind of assembling this.